Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today what I have for you guys, the top 10 best zombies characters in Call of Duty Zombies history. This is Treyarch Zombies, and this list is completely voted by you guys. Make sure you vote for next week's episode, which is going to be the top 5 best solo maps. So down below in the top link of the description, I'm going to have a link where you guys can vote on all of the different zombies maps we've seen in Treyarch Zombies, and I will be making the list based off the responses from that. This week on this poll, we got 691 votes for the best character in Zombies. I'm literally copying it exactly how the poll goes. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, please do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you do end up subscribing, let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys don't know what the Carnage recruitment challenge is, basically it's a challenge to get on a team called Carnage. That is a YouTube content creator team. I'm working on getting it. They're currently having a holiday response, so my official response video is going to be on Saturday, so you guys can look forward to that. But I figured I might as well submit content that I make every single day and show my consistency that way. So anyways, without further ado guys, let's get right into the video.
Forgive one's enemies, but never, ever forget their names.
Coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the 35th president of the United States, and that is John F. Kennedy, also known as JFK. Now, as you guys know, he is holding a meeting about the Bay of Pigs with Fidel Castro, Robert McNamara, and Richard Nixon, and then eventually the Pentagon gets overrun and he basically needs to fight against the undead hordes with those characters. Now, obviously, JFK is such a historical character that it was so cool to see him actually being on a zombies map, and 5 is such a classic map, has so many good memories for a lot of people that played Black Ops 1, especially for a launch map. So definitely really cool to see him, and I'm glad he got a good amount of votes. I would definitely say JFK deserves to be in the top 10.
Hey, Stuhlinger. You sure you can trust this Richthofen guy? I mean, why? How? What?
Coming in at the number 9 spot is probably one of the best female characters we've ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies. Besides Samantha, you could say she has a lot of big things going for her, if you know what I mean. And Misty is definitely one of the coolest characters, I would say, out of all of the Victus crew. And it was really no surprise that she was going to come in here at the number 9 spot. I think she has a lot of depth behind her and like really cool personality, where she's just a complete badass. She's a farm girl, and she obviously had a lot of stuff going on, like her father died from zombies, so she already has a vendetta there. And then obviously she meets everyone else in the Victus crew. I just really like the attitude she has towards zombies, where she's just a complete and utter badass, killing everyone and everything in its path. And obviously she has a relationship with Marlton, which is kind of cool as well to see in zombies maps. And I think Black Ops 2 really encapsulated everything that Misty had, and Black Ops 4 was kind of just one of those things where I had memories of playing as her in the past. So definitely really cool. She deserves to be in the number 9 spot for sure.
No one ever says, hey, thanks for keeping the streets safe for normal folks. Here's a raise in pay so you don't have to go on the fucking take to pay for your bills. No one ever fucking said that to Jackie fucking Vincent!
Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Jackie Vincent. Now, as you guys know, when you play or think of Shadows of Evil, the first thing that comes to your mind behind Last Gen Richthofen is probably Jackie Vincent saying his name 40 million times when you play as him as a character. Now, overall, he is definitely a really cool character. He's a police detective, he's a dirty cop, and basically he has to pay for all the misdeeds he has done, just like the other characters with the Shadow Man being on Shadows of Evil. He is definitely one of the coolest characters for all of the different, quotes he has, and just like, he has a lot of really funny quotes. Like,
you got my wife beat. She only has 2 faces.
Instead of 3 with the Margwa. Like, there's a lot of really funny quotes that he has. And for that, I think he deserves to be in the number 8 spot. He's just like one of those characters that just doesn't get enough credit, I would say. And it's kind of sad to see him only on one map. But I definitely really liked his attitude and everything like that. So he comes in at the number 8 spot.
Comrades, as we toast our victory, I want each of you to think about what you really want.
Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Nikolai Belinsky, and this is the Primus version, and we may get into the other versions of the characters as well, but I wanted to keep them separate because some of them have definitely unique qualities, and I would say that Nikolai Belinsky for the Primus version is definitely one of the coolest characters we've had in Zombies. Obviously, he goes through so much. He's a Russian soldier who fought with the Red Army, and then we go back to Stalingrad, and also he ends up leading the final few maps we've had in Zombies after learning everything in the Chronorium from Blood of the Dead and of Dr. Monty and everything like that, and ends up poisoning all of the other characters. Obviously, that is a huge thing, and he had a lot of stuff to go through. By far one of the coolest characters we've ever had in Zombies. He has so much emotion and just so much going for him, and I really loved what Treyarch did with this character. So he comes in at the number 7 spot.
Stock, check. Lock, check. Cock, double check. Ready to rock? Hoorah!
Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be none other than the Ultimus version of Tank Dempsey. He's the most badass character in all of Zombies history and a personal favorite of mine. I always love going back on Black Ops 1 and playing as Tank and just hearing all the amazing quotes he has, because he does not care. He loves killing zombies. It's what he loves doing, and he just really shows that, and it really protrudes out of his entire character and being. Now, overall, he's an American hero. He was captured by Group 935 to be a test subject, and he ended up losing a lot of his comrades like on Verrucht and things like that. And then eventually he goes and meets up with the other crew and has to fight against zombies. And overall, he's just one of the coolest characters in all of Zombies history. By far, no one can deny that, and he comes in at the number 6 spot.
Without ammo, only weapon will be body odor. Very deadly. Nearly killed third wife.
Coming in at the number 5 spot is everyone's favorite drunk Russian, and that is Ultimus Nikolai. Now, obviously, he has a ton of stuff going for him. His wife died during an invasion by the German forces in 1941, and after that, he has been using vodka and alcohol to cope with his visions of many wives and things like that. Now, I think Ultimus Nikolai is by far one of the funniest characters in all of Zombies. I just love everything that's going on with him. He always talks about his vodka and his balls and just everything like that. He's so funny. And one thing that I want to read about Nikolai really quick is from the excerpt from the character bios in World at War, where it says, Stalin himself cannot stare Nikolai in the eye. No one can. There is in his eyes, you will see the soul of a man burning with the hatred of all things living. Ultimus Nikolai is just a huge badass, one of the coolest characters in all of Zombies, and you guys voted for him in the number 5 spot.
You just got Humpty Dumpty-fied, and no one's putting you back together.
Coming in at the number 4 spot is one that I did not expect to be this high up on the list, and that is my main man, Salvatore Sal DeLuca from Mob of the Dead. Now, obviously, Sal is such a badass. He ends up going to Alcatraz on June 13th, 1932, along with the other mobsters. And he was kind of the whole mob boss for the mafia, essentially, in a sense, where he just was so cool. And I know a lot of you guys probably voted for him for his most famous quote, which is, "Ain't that swell?" And there's even a really cool quote on Gerard Crovey. When Richthofen uses the electric trap to get down into the shield room, he has the quote that says,
An old favorite. Execution via electrocution. Rest in peace, Sal.
So it's just really cool to see how he tied back to other maps as well, which is really cool to see. And Sal DeLuca comes in at the number 4 spot.
Congratulations, asshole. You just made the shit list.
Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be none other than Tank Dempsey, this time the Primus version. Now, this version of Dempsey is my absolute favorite version of Dempsey for sure, and actually my favorite character in all of Zombies history. I think that Tank Dempsey as Primus just shows so much more emotion, but still has that whole badass side of him as well, which is also really cool and makes for a very interesting character. And we see that other side of him on Horizon Drac and things like that. So he's just such a great character overall, and I was not surprised you guys voted him in at the number 3 spot.
Yes, of course, it's nothing. The climate of this dimension is stifling. It's probably all the fire. Ugh. And the brimstone.
Coming in at the number 2 spot is none other than Primus Richthofen. He has the famous quote that says, "My name is Edward Richthofen, and I've been trying so very hard to do the right thing." And as you guys know, he ended up sacrificing himself. He had to die at the end of Blood of the Dead, which was so emotional for so many people, including myself. A lot of Zombies fans shed a tear because obviously Richthofen was such a good character, and the Primus version of himself was so good. Like, he really showed a lot of emotion towards the end, towards the other characters, and he was just, you know, such a good character, probably the best Treyarch has ever written. So he ends up coming in at the number 2 spot. Now it's time for the honorable mention.
Nikolai. Why do I keep hearing that name?
All right, guys, so we have 3 honorable mentions, and the first one is going to be Al Arlington. Now, he is the Weasel, kind of the main character from Mob of the Dead, and he definitely is the one that created Icarus, the plane, and, you know, thought up of all the different things, and he has the comic and all that sort of stuff. He's just a really, really cool character. He even has a quote about Nikolai, which I played for him as well. And then coming in as the other honorable mention,
There's layers to this shit. It's like peeling back an onion. Or some fucker's face!
is going to be Billy Handsome. He is the guy that killed 116 people of convicted murders and probably a lot more. He was also sent to Alcatraz because of that. And last but not least, the last honorable mention is going to be...
The staffs of the ancients were lost. But Father made copies. You can find them. You can get me out. You can open the gateway to Agartha.
Samantha. Now you can actually play as her when you switch souls with Richthofen on Moon after doing the cryogenic slumber party. Now, it is definitely really cool to hear old Samantha with the German accent, but I really like the American version of Samantha's accent as well. I just don't like when she says "start over," which is probably the most annoying quote in all of Zombies history, but Samantha definitely plays a huge role in the Zombies storyline. So those are all the honorable mentions. Let's get right into the number 1 Zombies character of all time.
A double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, root beer, root beer. Who doesn't like the root beer?
Coming in at the number 1 spot is none other than Ultimus Richthofen. Let's be honest, he is by far one of the craziest characters, if not the craziest in all of Zombies. And I just want to read the original timeline from World at War where it talks about him. So it says, "Beware the dock," a message that was scrawled across walls of every town under Axis control. "Starvation may cripple you, dysentery may wreck you, and gunfire may rip the flesh from your bones, but beware the doctor." This is Dr. Richthofen, known affectionately as the butcher to his victims as they scream in agony moments before he snuffs out their life. All through his career, Richthofen has been at the forefront of torture and information extraction research. Richthofen is an incurable psychopath and sees no moral distinction between natural death and murder. The victim is the victim, regardless of how their demise manifests itself. Dr. Richthofen has a collection of stuffed animals, most of them posed in positions of terror at the instant of their death. So obviously Richthofen is crazy. He's by far a psychopath, wants to take control of all the zombies. He ends up being successful at the end of Moon, and he's just one of those crazy characters that we come in contact with playing zombies, and definitely has some of the best quotes as well in all of Zombies history. So anyways, guys, this has been the top 10 Zombies characters in all of Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies history. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and also if you guys decide you want to vote on the best solo map, it's going to be the top link in the description. So I'll see you guys there. Peace out.